All right, everyone. It is the Art with Errol podcast, and this is the Monday check-in. It is May 26, 2025. Let's go. Woo! All right, y'all. I think I'm pretty squared away right now. In case you don't know, you're new, you're checking in. This is Art with Errol, and I'm a graphics designer. I am a content creator, and also do gaming. So I do artwork and gaming and podcasting. Yay! I am very tired today. It is Memorial Day, and we want to celebrate the fallen. I am also a veteran. Served 20 years in the Navy, so it's always great to get out and do something, So this morning, me and the family, we got out and we did a nice bike ride, to, kind of make like a challenge for the family to get out, do something tough, right? To honor the fallen, basically, Some people do like a really hard workout. Others will do, they'll go to memorial sites and stuff like that. So there's different ways to show appreciation. However you choose to do it is great. Now we're just going to relax at the house and do a cookout and all that, right? So I'm going to get my podcast done. Let's knock this out, right? I am a little slower today. Just give me a minute. Just trying to make sure that the broadcast is actually live, because sometimes things mess up. So let me do this and go to live. Yeah, okay, everything looks good. Just make sure that the health of the stream looks good. I think it does. Yeah, no data. Yeah, this is good. It says live. Everything looks good. All right, cool. So yeah, this week that passed by, we want to kind of do like a recap. We did we got our game streams in, our podcast in. Friday we did the what art video we did on Friday? Oh, it was Stitch. Sorry, and I took the kids to see the movie, which was great. So from Lilo and Stitch. We did that art video on Friday. That was great. Yeah. Overall, last week was pretty good. When it comes to content creating, we got our videos in, which my biggest thing since I started this podcast is talking about consistency. And trying to be consistent in what you're doing. Which is very important when you want to be a content creator, is to have a consistent schedule, upload schedule and all that stuff, right? As you try to build your community and everything, So, and that's the thing I wanted to work on for me personally this year, was to, develop a good schedule and then stick to it. So be consistent. And so far, we're about halfway through the year, right? We're approaching the halfway point. And we've done fairly well, I think. So today, I thought it would be a good day to review some data and kind of like see for the last 90 days what we got, our outlook kind of looks like. And kind of what we got going on, things that we can work on to improve, my channel, and maybe it'll help you improve your channel as well, or whatever you got going on. So we'll take a look at that today. The schedule this week will be a little thrown off because I have appointments, kids have appointments, so family stuff comes first. So we're going to get the podcast done today. Tomorrow we're going to get a game stream in. It'll probably just be Fortnite. And then we'll do some kind of art video on Friday, which I've yet to determine yet what I want to do. And that's going to be it. So we won't get a Wednesday and Thursday stream in. That's going to be basically canceled for this week. And that's just because of appointments, working appointments, right? Working appointments. So if I failed to mention that, hold on a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. Just had to fix something real quick. If I haven't talked about, I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. I don't even know where I was going with that. So that thought might just go out into the wind. But yeah, let's just dive in and talk about our topic for today, which is, kind of reviewing the last 90 days in the YouTube roller coaster, which I like to call it the YouTube roller coaster, y'all. So let's do this. We'll switch our card up here. Boom. Creating content. Okay. So over the last 90 days on my ArtwithErrol gaming channel, which we've been trying to develop and build up and build a community around, I've had what I'd call typical YouTube roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. So I pulled some data that it's like the last 90 days, and it shows about 38,000 views total, which sounds solid. It's not. It's really not. It's not solid. But the average click-through rate was 2.3, and that's below what you would consider healthy. Okay, so healthy would be usually 4 to 6%. Okay, and that's what I need to work on to get to that healthy range. So it's something I'm doing that's not resonating, and we'll try to work through that. Now here's where it gets weird, so I'll pull up the data. I had made a little slide or just a little sheet here so you kind of see. Here's the data, and now here's where it gets weird, right? One of my videos where I talk about Elden Ring having a live action movie, right, had a crazy click-through rate of 18.2%. Okay, you would think YouTube would have pushed that hard, right? Because 18.2%, that's pretty good, right? But no, they didn't push it. It only got 55 impressions. Don't know why. The algorithm is, what it is. Algorithm basically said, nice try, Errol, but we're not pushing this one out. I don't know why. Couldn't figure it out. But it's very strange, but that's just what this algorithm does, how it's programmed, right? And I had another video. This is another one. It was a Turbo Tuesday vibes that showed that somehow got almost 2,000 views. Only 73 impressions logged. So that's either a shorts thing or traffic coming from outside sources. Either way, it shows how unpredictable the algorithm for the platform is. Because either way, these videos didn't get pushed the right direction. What I'm noticing is that one metric goes up and the other one drops. When my views spiked in April, as you can see on the chart here, my click-through rate tanked. When the CRT, when my click-through rate improved, views went down. So it's a balancing act. It could be something that I'm doing in the video that's not helping the video out, I guess. And honestly, kind of exhausting if you focus on these numbers too much, because it can be kind of hard to figure out, It can be kind of hard to figure out. And I'm not like a super good at the metrics. I can't really give a super deep dive. I can look at it and kind of guesstimate what's going on, but this is very challenging, right? And I don't know if you yourself are having these kind of issues or problems. And for those who are just listening to the audio version of this, sorry you won't be able to see the graphics that I have up, but I'm still speaking the numbers out, so you should be able to kind of grasp it, the concept of what's going on. So my takeaways of this, YouTube tests your video in small bursts. If the clicks with the first views, they'll push it more. If not, you're buried, basically. So if when you post it, right, your first views really count. That's when it'll push it more. But if you don't get that in the initial, your video just gets buried, which sucks. Because the time of day could affect it, people you're on. It's just not good. Some of these algorithm metrics are just not good the way they work. But they control all that. So that's why titles, thumbnails, and timing all matter. That's why I said, it's important to have a schedule of upload. Uploading at the right time is very important to the views that you get. Now the click-through rate is different. It's hard to prevent that. You have to kind of be on it with the information you're providing and the visuals of it, to keep them from turning away from it. And that's a part that I still got to work on. The click-through rate is a point where I need to touch or try harder in my videos to figure that out. But you also need a bit of algorithmic luck really too in this. So numbers help give you an idea, but ultimately, you have to be hitting on all cylinders for it to really, take off. And this is why I call it a YouTube roller coaster with this algorithm. It's a YouTube roller coaster, man. One day you're up, and the next day you're invisible. But I'm learning to ride the waves. I'm learning, without letting the dips discourage me. I just have to review it. And this is a good outlet to review. This podcast, we can kind of review some stuff and maybe talk about it and just get our thoughts out there. And, hopefully, we can figure this out along the way on how to make the content much better. So that the click rate, is not so low. You want to keep people from clicking away, clicking on it and clicking away, So, holding people's, attention and, making the videos hit a certain way. All matter, man. It all matters. I did ask ChatGPT what are some ways that we could, basically improve the click rate. And some of the things that it brought up was saying that, similar to what I just kind of talked about, thumbnails, big face emotions, in your thumbnail, using contrasting colors, bold, 2 to 3 word phrases. So keeping your, I guess if you're going to have text, keeping it around 2 to 3 words, not a lot, using like a short title or subtitle instead of like a long title on your thumbnail. That will help with like, drawing the people to the video. And then maybe doing some A/B testing, which I have yet to even try, man. Because when I make a thumbnail, I usually just make one. And I should get better at making like maybe 2 or something if I'm doing a video. And then try and test them and see which one performs better. But because that feature's there for you to use, right? And I don't use it. I should, but I don't. I just don't make enough. Sometimes it's just a time issue. Not having the time to make a bunch of thumbnails about one topic and then test them all out. I just don't have the time to do it. So if you have an editor or something, if you're someone listening to this and this doesn't apply to you because you have someone that has time to actually work that for you, so it doesn't apply to you. But if you're just a single creator that's doing, you're the sole creator of your content, like myself, I make my own edits and all that stuff, then this is where I or you will have to work through these type of issues. So some of the other things it was saying was make sure that the thumbnail expresses some kind of emotion, curiosity or value in the thumbnail. Lean into what works was another thing it said. Like just using topics such as pop culture and other stuff like that. This is all basic stuff that you could already know and look up. Adding mystery or conflict. Then also it said optimize the first 5 seconds, because obviously they say this a lot, even if you watch like the YouTube what is it, the channel that gives you the tips and stuff. The first 5 seconds is really I guess where you kind of capture people, and I do like silly things in the beginning, and maybe I need to change that up or switch that up to find a different way to connect to the audience, because the good morning thing is cool, it's funny to me, but it doesn't always resonate with everyone. So trying to find something else, which I've been running with it for half the year. Do I keep going or do I switch it up now? If people gonna miss it, there may be people that actually like it, I don't know, but we can only do a test run and figure that out. So maybe the beautiful morning is gonna go away for the next month. Maybe I'll start June off with something different as the opening to the shorts that I've been doing. So I don't know. We just gotta kind of think about these things and work through it, right? So optimizing the first 5 seconds, interesting visuals, on-screen text, maybe right into the point. Some of the other things it suggested was use arrows, circles, and zoomed in thumbnails. Community tab poll and thumbnails. So it's a lot about thumbnails. So bonus CRT boost checklists. Bold high contrast thumbnails, face or reaction visible, so you gotta have like some kind of emotion. 2 to 4 words max. I guess 4 words would be max on your thumbnail. Title has to be curious, emotional, or conflict. First 3 seconds of the video hook, it should be immediate. So your first 5 seconds, you gotta kind of like really dive into what you're talking about, I guess. So this is stuff I gotta work on myself. If you're listening, considering updating thumbnail if it underperforms in 48 hours. Now that's an interesting one. So basically, it's saying have more than one thumbnail ready to go and switch it out if it's underperforming to see if it'll help boost viewership and click-through rate. So these are all the tips that ChatGPT offered up, which is, I think they're good. It's good tips. Some of this stuff can or may not be able to be implemented. Like having more than one thumbnail, I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one for me to like be able to make like a bunch of different thumbnails for videos and stuff or shorts, because shorts doesn't even let you change them really. Like you can't. It's hard to even change it, which I think YouTube needs to fix that. Like there should be, like from YouTube Studio, you should be able to change the thumbnail or select different parts of the video, for your thumbnail. I don't know why they've had shorts for a long time, why they can't get that up and running and fixed, because I think on Instagram you can do that, right? I think Instagram you can change it or fix it, so why is it not available on YouTube Studio? That just seems like that's that's something that YouTube should have available for the creators. The ability to change the thumbnail of the shorts. You can change the thumbnail of your regular videos, but not the shorts. Not from Creator Studio, not from the phone. And only when you first upload it, I think is when you can do it, right? So, yeah. So this was what we need to work on. Things I need to work on for the gaming channel, and possibly all my videos, right? I need to get more direct with them and stuff, straight to the point, and better thumbnails. All should help. So that's where we're at, and that's what I was thinking our topic for today would be. Let's talk about the joy of gaming. So I've been playing through Doom every Thursday. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this. I don't need to save that one. We've been playing through Doom, and I'm enjoying Doom. I'm having fun playing it. I'm excited because I got the new controller. If you haven't watched the video I did on this, I never really bought Xbox stuff, so having this Xbox controller will allow me to use a controller for a lot of the Xbox Game Pass games. If you're playing on Steam, you have a PlayStation controller, you can use it, because Steam does that little integration where you can use any controller, which Game Pass does not. So that kind of sucks. So you need an Xbox controller, and PC Game Pass, that's the way to go to play a lot of these games. You get them day one. I mean, it's kind of the way to go. So I got Doom on PC Game Pass. So that's the reason why I did the unboxing video for that, because I never had an Xbox controller. I always had PlayStation controllers. So even my Victrix, this is the one that I always use, right? The Victrix. It's PlayStation Victrix. They have an Xbox one, but even in PC mode, it doesn't work on Game Pass, which sucks. Because you would think if it's in PC mode, it would work, but it doesn't. It's very weird, So PC mode doesn't change it into like a PC controller. It just allows the PlayStation controller to be on PC. It's weird. Anyway, that's why the reason why I got this this Elite. This is the Core Elite 2 Series 2. And I did get the back paddles finally, so I'm gonna try to put these on. I had to order these separate because I didn't realize it didn't come with it, because I got the cheap the cheaper controller. So I'm gonna install these today. I don't know if I should do I probably could do a updated video or a video be putting these on to the back of the controller, I guess. I don't know. That would be like a quick short, I guess. Finally got the back paddles. And maybe I could try, I don't know, some of these tips from that to see if that will help. I don't know if it will or not. All we can do is try, right? So in gaming, yeah, we're gonna continue playing Doom. This Thursday I won't be able to play Doom, so Wednesday and Thursday there won't be any live streams from me. Maybe I'll do an updated video and post it on one of those days. Maybe that's a placeholder, you know. So I'll do a community post of the updated schedule. Also, still playing the Fortnite, so we'll do Fortnite tomorrow, because the Star Wars event is still going on, and been enjoying it. I want to enjoy it while it's around before they like shut it down and go into the next event. So we'll do, next week, if it's still going, I think maybe for part of that week, and then we'll continue with Doom, the Dark Ages, until we beat it, and then we'll look at another game in Game Pass, because they got South of Midnight, which I haven't played yet. They have Avowed, which I haven't played yet. They have a lot of games, in Game Pass that I haven't played yet. So, plenty of options to do like our Thursday kind of game go through thing, and then maybe we'll rotate in some Call of Duty on our. Once the Star Wars event ends, we'll rotate some Call of Duty in. At least that's my thought process for gaming content as we go forward. So yeah, that's where we're at on that, and I think we can go into so we talked about gaming. We can go back to some artwork, right? So I don't really have an idea for this week's art video. I've been trying to do things that like we talked about, like pop culture type stuff. Like maybe since I did Lilo and Stitch, or I did Stitch on last Friday, because the movie came out. We got to figure out something we can do for this Friday. So if there is anything, I always put this out there. If there is anything you would like to see me sketch in the sketchbook, just throw it in the comments on a video or one of the channels, and I'll add it into the rotation once I see it. And that will be something to help me out in coming up with ideas of things to sketch and draw or whatever. So that would be fun. If not, I'll come up with something at some point. But I did do the Stitch drawing, and it was fun. I enjoyed the movie. The kids enjoyed the movie. It was a good time on Friday. So yeah, and we'll figure something out for this Friday. I forgot what the tie-in is for Fortnite for the next event, so maybe we could do something for the next event, whatever that tie-in is. Because they do these compilations. I don't know what the next Star Wars was this month, right? So what's the next one that's coming up? I can look that up later and figure that out. Maybe we draw something from that. It's another option. But I like the fact that I'm drawing every Friday, and I've been sticking true to that. So the art content is going to be coming at least once a week, and that's great. I would like to add in more videos, but time is what time is. Time that I have. You work an 8-hour shift, you create for 2 hours, and then family time, family stuff to do. So that's the way things have been working, and I've been holding true to it. So I'm kind of happy with the fact that I've been able to stick as close to the schedule as possible. It's not always easy because like things pop up, car maintenance, family stuff, medical appointments, things like that, kids events. So, things pop up and you have to alter your schedule. That's just life. That's what it is. So, yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying your Memorial Day. Today, I think we're doing ribs. So, we're going to have some ribs and corn on the cob and baked beans and stuff. So, you guys enjoy your Memorial Day and remember to do something to show honor to those who have fallen. And I think that's what we're going to end on, y'all. I'm enjoying doing the podcast. I'm learning. I'm getting more comfortable each time, I think, in talking and, expressing my thoughts. I think I'm getting better, and I'm coming up with topics and, writing them out and stuff. So, we can kind of stay on task and, keep it flowing and hopefully not have too many dead spots. I don't want to have too many dead spots because, I know there is the audio version, there's the video version, which are both on YouTube and Spotify, and then just audio on Apple Podcasts and audio on Amazon. So, and obviously we're doing the Spaces. So you can, if you want to tune in through X, it's also on Spaces, which it's easy. You can just click on that, and I think you can listen in. At some point, we will hopefully have guests in our podcast. I just haven't figured that out yet, or found anybody that wants to do it yet. So yeah. Life is good. Life is great. Enjoy your week. We will get a game stream in tomorrow. And then Friday we'll do the art video. So be looking forward to those things. Till next time, you know what to do. I'm out of here, y'all.